What's up, guys, and welcome to Mass Effect Talks. So this episode is going to be slightly different, but I hope you still find it interesting. So I said I wasn't going to be talking about the Mass Effect 3 ending anymore, but I just couldn't help but keep analyzing the ending. The series just means too much to me to just put it aside and not try to make some sense of it all. I'm a huge Bioware fan, and I just refuse to lose faith in them. I know they're not perfect, but in my opinion, they have always had some of the best writing and character development in video games. So what have I been trying to do for the past 2.5 days? I've been coming up with some way to explain the Mass Effect 3 ending as it is. So let's jump right into it. For those of you that have played Mass Effect 1, does this planet ring any bells? If not, then how about now? You know what? We really have to find another name for this kid. The Catalyst isn't really doing it for me, and the boy is just weird. Oh, wait! I know. How about Being of Light? How could we have forgotten about this? I remember clearly mentioning the beings of light in one of my Mass Effect talks, and even said that they were probably the key to destroying the Reapers. Turns out the beings of light aren't there to destroy the Reapers, but to protect organics from synthetics. The machine devils aren't the Reapers, they are synthetics in general. The Catalyst clearly states this.
Without us to stop it, synthetics would destroy all organics. We've created the cycle so that never happens. That's the solution.
If organics were to be terminated, all that would be left are synthetics, and what kind of world would that be? Now, before I go any further, let's get some words out of the way, just to make things a little bit clearer. Somebody pointed out the other day in one of the comments in my videos that that I had to pay attention to what the word crucible meant. They said crucible means a place or occasion of severe test or trial. And they said, think about that. I guess they were trying to support the indoctrination theory and saying, this is exactly what is going on with Shepard. It's this trial, this test that he has to go through. But it made me think. I was like, that's a good point. I always look at what words mean, especially when you're writing your own story and you have to name these things just out of nowhere. The name is coming from you. As a writer, when naming things in a story that you have created, the first thing that usually passes through your mind is, what does it mean? The meaning of words is usually used as a tool to give the reader a possible hint as to what that specific thing might stand for or represent. So let's look at these two words. Crucible does mean what the person had said, a place or occasion of severe test or trial. But I think the other definition of crucible is a place or situation in which different elements interact to produce something new. That's what I think the definition, I think that definition fits this word better in this case, because that's pretty much what's going on at the end of Mass Effect 3. It's these elements interacting to produce something new. Of course, it also is a test or trial, no matter how you see it. No matter if you believe in the indoctrination theory or not, it is some kind of test or trial that Shepard has to go through. Also, the catalyst. A catalyst is a person or thing that precipitates or causes suddenly an event. So the catalyst this definition fits it perfectly. The catalyst is there to instigate a change or to instigate an event. Before I dig deeper into this theory, though, I want to first clarify that I'm not saying that this theory makes the Mass Effect 3 ending so much better. Or I'm not saying that this is exactly what I think happened in the ending. This is just a theory that I think could explain the ending, I'm just trying to find a theory that explains the ending, or at least gives us a better understanding of what Bioware might be doing here. I just want you guys to consider that the indoctrination theory isn't the only possibility here. So let's continue. The more you think about this stuff, the more you start to realize that what happened at the end of Mass Effect 3 couldn't have not happened. There's just too much effort put into that whole catalyst and the 3 options in the final minutes of the game for someone to just say, ah, just kidding, that never happened. Why put so much time into it then? Sure, a lot of you are probably saying they didn't put enough time into it, but just humor me for a second. This whole scene and all the cinematics after it, not to mention the emotional levels of the scene with Shepard, Anderson, and the Illusive Man, do you guys really think that Bioware would have thrown that all in there just to say that it never actually happened? If that's what Bioware was truly doing, this is pretty much what that all means. You know that epic showdown between you and the Illusive Man? It never happened. You actually don't get to see him anymore. The villain of the game, he's just gone. There was no closure there, no hero versus the villain moment. The Illusive Man just vanished into thin air. Don't worry, no one will ever care about that. The last scene between you and your mentor, your father figure, the person that you started this journey with and ended, oh wait, just kidding, didn't end with Anderson. You know that big emotional scene where he pretty much dies beside you? That never happened either. What happened to him? Who knows, because no one cares about him either. Better yet, listen to this and tell me that Bioware didn't want that moment to be real.
Anderson, we did it, sir.
Yes, we did. We both did. It's, quite a view.
Best seats in the house.
God. Feels like years since I just sat down.
Think you earned a rest.
You ever wonder how things would have been different? How our lives would be different if this hadn't happened? I never had a family, Shepard. Never had children.
There'll be time enough for that now.
I think that ship has sailed. What about you? Ever think about settling down?
Yeah. I like the sound of that. Not sure I'd be much good at it, though.
Sure you would. I think you'd make a great mother.
Uh-huh.
Think how proud your kids would be, telling everyone their mom is Commander Shepard.
I don't know about that. Not everything I've done is something to be proud of.
I'm proud of you. You did good, child. You did good.
Thank you, sir. Anderson, stay with me. We're almost through this. Anderson?
So after Shepard gets hit by that beam, none of this is going to really be happening, so let's see. What could we put to represent Shepard's struggle with indoctrination? Oh, I know. How about a little boy made of light that turns out to be the catalyst and is up in the Citadel? Shepard goes up there and is presented with 3 options. Which should those options be? Simple. Control the Reapers, merge all synthetics with organics, and destroy the Reapers. Perfect. All that complication for what? For it to not be real? Trust me, a writer doesn't waste their time like that. To come up with such a complicated and confusing scene just to toss it aside and say it didn't happen? If that's what they wanted to do, they would have made the scene more indicative of Shepard himself, his internal struggle, and how that would be manifested as a test. So what am I saying? I'm saying that the whole ending did happen. It wasn't just in Shepard's mind, or it wasn't just some illusion or dream. That boy was the being of light that had been mentioned in Mass Effect 1. Before Shepard got to the Citadel, the Illusive Man had already been there. The Prothean VI that you found on Thessia, Vendetta, tells you this in the Cerberus headquarters.
The one you call the Illusive Man has fled to the Citadel and informed the Reapers of our purposes.
So if the Illusive Man was already there, why didn't he use the Crucible with the Catalyst so he could control the Reapers? Because he was already being controlled by them. That's what the Catalyst tells Shepard. He was already indoctrinated.
So the Illusive Man was right after all.
Yes, but he could never have taken control, because we already controlled him.
The Reapers didn't want the Crucible to connect with the Catalyst, so since they were already controlling the Illusive Man, they didn't let him do that. That's why the Illusive Man tells Shepard,
They're too strong. I tried, Shepard.
but it's not so much that he physically tried. It's more like he tried to break that control that the Reapers had on him. He didn't want to accept that he was being controlled by the Reapers. He still had a piece of his own will inside him because he is a strong-minded person. The Reapers had the Illusive Man waiting there, and yes, there were some places for him to hide in the shadows, and there were more paths that led to that area because Anderson says,
And more hallways like the one I was in.
the Reapers had the Illusive Man waiting there as the last stand to try to prevent Shepard from using the Crucible. The only problem was that the Illusive Man is also strong-minded, so the Reapers couldn't take full control of him. If they had, the Illusive Man would have just shot them both on sight. But the Illusive Man's own sense of will wanted to keep trying to fight. Listen to this.
Use the Crucible to control them. End the war.
Don't presume to tell me what to do. I'll execute my plan when and how I want to.
You can't, can you? They won't let you do it.
No! I'm in control! No one is telling me what to do!
Listen to yourself. You're indoctrinated.
No! No! Look at what they can do!
Shepard then tells the Illusive Man that they will do it. And the Illusive Man says, no, you'll just undo what I've done. He wants the Crucible to connect with the Catalyst, but he's afraid that Shepard will destroy them instead of control them, so he's torn. The Reapers won't let him do it, but he's afraid to let Shepard do it. He screwed him once before, why wouldn't he again? After the Illusive Man dies, Shepard connects the Crucible with the Catalyst, and the minute that is done, the Catalyst is changed. The Catalyst tells you this when you are talking to it.
The Crucible changed me, created new possibilities, but I can't make them happen.
The solution no longer works. That's why Shepard is taken up to the Catalyst in the first place. Now that there's no going back, he needs someone to start a solution again, because he can't keep order anymore.
We find a new solution.
So what are the options that the Catalyst gives Shepard? Control, synthesis, and destroy. At this point, don't pay attention to the significance of the colors, because they are more representative than metaphorical. By that I mean, control is blue. People keep saying that it's made to seem as if it were the Paragon choice, when the last time you get any Paragon or Renegade points was when you were with Anderson and the Illusive Man. The blue is just representative of Reaper tech. Think of the Illusive Man's eyes and the husks. Just because they're blue doesn't mean they're Paragon. In the strategy guide, this option is not referred to as control. It is referred to as becoming a Reaper. Not a husk. A Reaper. The green represents the synthesis between organics and synthetics. Remember the DLC Overlord? Remember all the green? That pretty much had to do with the synthesis choice. It was an organic being merged with synthetics. That's why it was green. It completely represented that idea because of what Overlord had established. When Shepard jumps into the beam, Shepard's transformation, all that green that is going through his body, is very reminiscent of Overlord. Now the red is just simply representing the power being held there. If you destroy it, it will go up in flames. Red flames. It will burn. So in the control ending, Shepard will be doing what the Illusive Man wanted to do all along, to control the Reapers. The Catalyst tells Shepard that the Reapers will obey Shepard because Shepard is pretty much the new Catalyst now. But Shepard will die, but only his body, because his essence is pretty much entering the Reapers in order to control them and tell them to get the hell out of there and go screw themselves instead. In synthesis, you add your energy to the crucible. The chain reaction will combine all synthetic and organic life into a new framework, a new DNA. Synthesis is the final evolution of life. That's why the Reapers keep telling Shepard that their ascension, their harvest, is the only way to restore order, organic and synthetic life merged. It's exactly what the Reapers have been doing. This will solve the chaos because they all will have ascended into this new framework. And destroy can wipe out all synthetic life, even the Geth, and the Catalyst says that even Shepard is partly synthetic. Does that mean that Shepard will die too? Or will his cybernetics just disappear? Will that end up killing him anyways, though? Could he survive without them? The Catalyst also says that the Reapers will be destroyed, but your children will recreate synthetics, and the chaos will come back. So kind of like a temporary solution, so he claims. Either way, releasing the energy of the Crucible will end the cycle, but also destroy the mass relays.